All right, welcome to fall 2020. And in order to be able to log into the class, you want to click on the portal and then start logging in. All right, once you've logged in, yours is going to look slightly different because I'm an instructor and you're a student, but it should be about the same. You got to find Access My Courses. And once you do, you can click on it. But what I recommend you do is right mouse click and do open in a new tab. Because when you click on this, it wipes out this and takes you to the other. So in order to keep your portal open, just open in a new tab. That's what I recommend, but you don't have to. All right, and then slowly we get in to D2L. That is our online uh, tool. And what you need to do is you'll have some sort of announcements up here, yada, yada, yada. You're going to go to your class. Our class is right here, 114. Click on that. Takes us into the course. All right, so once you're into the course, what I'm going to do once this gets finished loading is I'm going to change myself into a student if I can. So you will see what I see. Thinking, thinking, thinking. All right, so you have course content. And in here, there's the lessons, but don't go here. This is what you want to do is you need to download the lessons. And what I recommend do is use a USB drive. But if you want to use your desktop or C, my biggest problem is having students find it after they have downloaded it. So just go ahead and download it. On there, it's going to have a bunch of great files for you to be able to use for this class. It's going to have the software, our flow charting software, and our programming software, along with a bunch of empty folders that it's going to have where you can put your assignments. And I put those on there because I found students had a hard time saving their stuff and then finding it later. So I'm giving you everything you need. That's why I like using a USB drive for that, because it allows you to be able to know where everything is. And you could take it with you if you're going on vacation. All right, so that's it. Next thing you want to do is go to discussions. Uh, One of the first things you should do is tell us about. It says 10 sentences, but do whatever you want. This is not graded. Just a way for us to make sure you're engaged. And so you can see I went ahead and put mine up here, and you can read that if you want. But what you want to do is when you get in here and see the topic, you want to start a thread and then fill it out and hit submit, and then you will be in this list right here. All right, don't respond to mine. Best thing to do is start a new thread and create your own post to introduce yourself. And you can see a bunch of students have already done that. What else? Grades. Most important thing, we're going to be doing a virtual class on Mondays. So we're supposed to do it 10:20, but I'm trying to think of what time did I do it? No, I can't think of it. How do you get there? You go to more and you scroll down, and there's virtual classroom at the bottom. If you click on that, you will see all our virtual classes. And they're coming. If this thing gets done. You want to be careful on your browser. Chrome, Internet Explorer, Edge. Don't use Internet Explorer. Use Edge. Even that I don't like. Safari. The main browsers are fine, but I have a browser that I use called Brave, and I use that because it blocks people from tracking me. So I don't, every time I go look for something on Google, I don't end up with a bunch of ads in my Facebook because of that. So I use that. But you can't use that for this virtual classroom because it requires a plugin that that software doesn't have. So use Chrome, Firefox, Edge, Safari, and you'll be okay. If you're going to use some other kind of blocking software browser, it may not work. And you can see that we have all the ones right here. So on Monday, I have it set for 10:15. Our class doesn't start till 10:20. If you come at 10:20, that's fine. You'll be able to click on this link on Monday, and that will take you into the meetings. After the meeting, it'll be listed down here as a recorded meeting, and you'll be able to relive it if you wish. Or if something happened, like you slept until noon, then you can go ahead and watch what happens. Just know that watching the recorded one is not like being live, because and also in addition to that, for the live class, um, you don't have to have a webcam. In fact, we're not going to put pictures up of each other like this is a Zoom or something like that. We're not doing that. Um, so you don't have to worry about that. You also don't need to have a microphone because all the microphones are turned off. So you don't need any of those things. If you want to communicate with me during the lecture, you'll be able to hear me. You need to have speakers or some way of listening, or earphone or something. But if you have a question, there's a chat tool along with it. So while I'm lecturing, I'm going to go check the chat tool. And if someone says, "Hey, Mr. Brady, how come you did that?" or whatever the question is, then I will address that question. But I think it's less intimidating if you don't have your picture and your microphone that you're going to be in there. My goal for the video is to get you ready for the assignment on Saturday. So by the time we finish Wednesday's class, you should be able to bang out the assignment no problem. And that's the value of the virtual class. I have lots of lessons. I'm going to go there next. So this is the virtual. Again, you get here by clicking the more, going down to the bottom and clicking virtual class. The other thing is, where is the content? And I don't like using the content tool for that. So I wish I hadn't. If you click on this top link, and you won't see my face in the virtual class either. You'll see my face right here. That's all you'll see. Everything you need in this class is right here. If you right mouse click and do open link in new tab, and again, that's so you can keep everything else open while you're looking at the lessons. Here are the lessons. And again, this is what I'll be going over with on Monday. What are you doing this week? This is what you're doing this week. This information right here is all about the quiz. So this is the quiz, and this is assignment 1. The quiz is 2 hours. You have 2 hours to do a 10-question multiple choice quiz, so you can't run out of space. You can have this open while you're taking the quiz, which I recommend you're doing. So here's my lesson. I can take this and move it off. There we go, moving it off, and then shrinking it down. And then I can come up here and take the quiz and shrink that down. And I can have the lessons back here. So you can, I don't care if you look up the thing, that's what they're here for. Most of the questions are from lesson 1 and lesson 6, page 6 and decimal numbers. So that's where all the answers come from. It's not a hard quiz. You get 2 whacks at it. So you take it one time, you get a 90. Then I would go ahead, take it again, and try to get 100. I am not going to tell you what the correct answers are or what you got wrong in the first one, because if I did that, you would take it once, find out what you got wrong, and then take it again and get 100 and not even understand or learn anything. So that's why I don't give you the answers. When you take the first quiz, it'll just tell you what your score is, and you go back and take it again. Whatever you do, so if you get a 90 on the first one and a 10 on the second one, the 90 is what you keep. So there's no harm and no foul in taking the second quiz. All right, so that's it. The rest of the stuff you'll learn about when you come and join me for class on Monday at 10:15 on Monday morning. If you're late because you're futzing around and didn't get a chance and your computer restarted on you, or for whatever reason, you can show up with 5 minutes to go with the class and maybe learn something. So don't worry about coming in late. Come in when you can. You'll get your most benefit out of it if you come in exactly when the class starts. And again, you go down to the bottom, virtual classroom. And on Monday, you'll be able to go ahead and click on this first one so that you can join the class. I can't remember. They changed it from last year. Last year you couldn't get into class until exactly 10:15. But I think they're going to allow people in, and it may be just me. They're going to allow me in early. So if you show up at 10:20 or you show up at 10:30 or you show up at 11 o'clock, as long as I'm still teaching, you'll be able to join the class and enjoy whatever time we have left. And then you can ask me questions about what we went over. All right, that's it for our virtual class and how we're going to start things out.